Greetings, everyone. Please give me a moment to make sure all the live streams are up and going. Pick is going. Twitter appears to update the thumbnail. Good to go. Twitch appears to be going. Rumble appears to be going. Let me double check on my other computer. And yep, looks like everything's good to go. So let's go to get started. I did this game. So let's go on to this one here. That button. I don't know why I keep on wanting to hit the open button rather than the open button. Greetings, everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. It's on the south side as the Blue Ottoman with Axum. On the north side as the Red Ethiopians, we have Vindian. I don't have a deck selected yet, so let's take a look and see what natives on the map or down or over here. We got the House of Oldenburg, give you access to Royal Hunters, as well as the Northern Musketeer. Over here, still the same, so both of them have access to the House of Oldenburg, which could give you a handful of extra quote-unquote villagers, or about the food. The technologies, Royal Huntsmen no longer gather food, become considerably better fighters, increase the build limit. Hunting expedition, your villagers and fishing boats now gather a small amount of coin when hunting or fishing. That's not half bad. So seeing it's a influence cost, let's see what it costs not influence wise. It says 540, 300, 600, so that is expensive. Not sure what the rate is. If it has a decent rate, that's probably worth it, but it is expensive. Cut off repeaters, your skirmisher units, especially Royal Huntsmen, inflict slightly more damage versus other skirmishers, so there's bonus damage versus 10% damage versus light infantry. Not bad. And Ozenburg Customs, your warships and defensive buildings now give you a tiny trickle of coin as well. And spot a hot air balloon. No deck selections yet. For the Explorer, we got David Pasha. Sounds like a randomly generated. Could be not a randomly generated name. And Hilo Milkov. Oh, I butchered that, like I do with all names. We do have a deck selected for the Ethiopians. It's going for the Trinity. 2 villagers, 1 Aben, and a Tabat. All the existing and newly constructed mountain monasteries have additional coin inside, 900 coin. So maybe something to go for later on. Coin influence. Gassienas, still can't pronounce any sort of name. Hotel Warriors. Labia Rock Church ships 1 mountain monastery builder and 1 Aben. Mines within mountain monasteries last much longer. And rather adding it to them, this just simply improves the collection rate. And if you look here, mountain monasteries change auto gather rate for coin by 1000%. Does that mean the base income is 10 times better? It says for influence and for coin, so interesting. And of course, it does last 25% longer. Got Falsades castles, Berber allies, Sudanese allies, gold or coin influence, Oromo warriors, Gassienas, Shotel warriors, Sebastopol mortar, Safari ships a number of Gassienas and Shotel warriors and make their upgrades cheaper and research faster. Not bad. Jesuit allies give you 10 conquistador skirmisher or dragoons. 15 Sudanese dervishes, influence, Sebastopol mortars, Gezi script, ships 400 influence per mountain monastery, and native treaties and Berber allies. His opponent, villagers, Sublime Pold, Vocation 3, so maybe something involving age 3, villagers, wood coin, Azaps, Delis, Sabaki, Palace of Intrigue, Wood Coin, Indian School, Sapahis, Infinite Sapahis, by the way, Abascons, Falconets, Copicular, Dew Covered Wagons, Coolie School, Sapahis, Abas Gunners, Great Bombards, Factory. The Ottoman player has advanced next 8. I'm not sure what version he went for. It looks like he went for the one that gave him food. Food? Glorious food.
Evet.
Maybe I need to claim up this treasure next. It does give him a decent amount of EXP. And looks like, oh, we got a doggo to sort a system. Agave.
Emrin.
Red is going to try to steal the treasure from his opponent. Kill, and red will pick it up. How nasty. Indian, red, yep. We do have this villager here. We do have a trading post instead of the map for blue. Red is trying to sway that villager from existing. We do now have the... Okay, we got some sort of massive food into wood shipment immediately. So he's going for heavy food. That's probably why he went for the food shipment as well. For the age up. And now he has boatload of wood, more than a boatload of wood, because it's going to be a lot of boats he can get. Now I do have a couple barracks now being put on the field, artillery foundry as well. Local doggo gets some bites on the villager. And now he's eyeing for some proxy barracks and artillery foundry, so he's eyeing to be aggressive. He has a bit of food collecting up. He needs to focus on more food. He's probably going to go for Azaps. Not a lot of coin for Janissaries. And he knows about this stuff at the moment. He's going for the castle. He's going for a mix of gold and influence from the mountain monasteries. He does have enough of a resource to age up. He is going for the Jesuits. So he's involving something involving conquistadors. And now we're soon going to see a massive engagement. Azaps, they are like a hybrid of a spearman and archer, where they don't get bonus sandwiches heavy. They do get bonus sandwiches range shock, and at range dragoons, or no, is it? Yeah, versus light range cavalry. And melee, they do get bonus sandwiches cavalry and range shock. However, do note that it does not do bonus damage versus shock infantry, such as Shotel warriors or coyote runners. So Shotel warriors should be a very good item if I remember correctly as a shock unit. Go against light infantry. Yep, Shotel warriors are shock infantry units. So if you see these Azaps, the correct option is to go for Shotel warriors, since this does not do any bonus damage versus them. Though heavy infantry wouldn't be a half bad idea. It doesn't do bonus damage versus them either, but does have 20% range resist. Not a lot, but it is a significant amount. We do have Desert Raiders, which are a heavy hand cav, which the range attack will not do bonus damage versus them, but the melee attack would, in which that's heavy cav, which they do only melee. So those melee heavy cav are a bad idea. Something I'm starting to realize, if you ever see this card in your opponent's deck, he is going to go for Azaps. So you should start playing accordingly to that. We have the Age Up, Mountain Monastery, and a Church Wagon. We've got some Castiendas, a Musketeer variant. Heavy Infantry. Azaps now pushing the way forward. These Desert Raiders are not good. Apparently the hand attack is siege attack as well, not range. Now it's starting to get overrun. There's a good number of Azaps before. He's going for a shipment of delis to support out his Azaps. Obelisk guns as well. Obelisk guns will be a good unit to support out his Azaps because they are anti-heavy unit. But still, Shotel warriors will still be a good journalist counter. This one's not going for Sevastopol Mortar, going for Sudanese Dervishes, which will give them 15, which is a good number of them. And maybe better to actually go for the 9 Shota Warriors. Or for this here, Safari. Give a mix of Musketeer and Shota Warriors. Though it does cost a lot more influence. And it's not looking good for the Ethiopian player. He's going for another shipment, has a large number of shipments queued up. The castle will provide minimal fire support. And now there's the Dervishes. They are a skirmisher variant, looks like. So relatively equal to the Azaps. So it looks like they're slightly better in most cases. Yep, looks like they are better, though. They're starting to engage there. Azaps doing good focus fire there. Delhi's now engaging some of these lone villagers, and got these villagers getting hit by the Delhis now. Starting to get inside the town center. Dervishes are having trouble there. Delhi's slowly being picked apart by the castle. The castle does do a little bit bonus damage versus the cavalry. Now the Sevastopol Mortar has been pulling field. He's trying to push over here. Villagers trying to stop the Delhis from pushing way forward. Trying to save Sevastopol Mortar. Dervishes have mostly been killed off here. Sevastopol Mortar taking a lot of damage here. Now it does take a good shot there on the Azaps. Delhi's will go down. He may get another shot off there. Gets another shot there. Sevastopol Mortar does go down. And now there's not enough Azaps here for him to engage. Abin's getting some great health regen right now. The Raz is being redeployed on out, going for some Nephias skirmishers. I still say Shota Warriors are a better option. He may... I'm not going to say any acquisition. I was going to say this person's probably much more experienced than I am. You may not realize the fact that there's no resistance versus a melee shock, or bonus damage versus melee shock. And one would assume that if it gets bonus damage versus cavalry in general, it should do damage versus all shock. But there is nothing, no bonus damage versus hand shock. No, these guys are pretty good skirmisher. They have 20 range, 17 damage. Though they only have 3 attack speed, these Azaps do have 1.5 attack speed, which is pretty good. And his livestock market is maxed out. He may want to sell this fat cow. We got a handful of Obus guns, and they do half damage versus hand shock as well as heavy cav. We got a pair of Falconets not being put on the field. That should be very effective versus opponent's composition. And we now do have Age 3. He's going for the Exile Prince. And has 2 trade posts for wood. You know, eye for also a trade post of either influence or some other resource himself. More skirmishers not being put on the field. Nope, he canceled them. Go for Javelin Riders, which are a range infantry, cavalry, which the Azaps will do bonus damage to them at range. Falconets do get a good volley there. Obus guns do less damage versus artillery. Oromo Warriors, they do have decent health. They are a Hussar variant, which does have a charge attack. They are heavy cav with a occasional range attack. Interesting. Does less damage versus heavy infantry. But the only heavy infantry here are these Obus guns. Which, actually no, they're not heavy. They're just infantry. Elite cavalry now being researched. Another shipment now available. Azap's getting some damage over here. Falconet's still pushing way forward. The Ottoman player has spent all of his wood there. He's going for a mix of food and gold right now. Obelisk guns continue being employed on out, but he does interrupt that last shipment, or not shipment, deployment. Obelisk guns are more heavy in gold, so his food to gold ratio is a little bit more food is required. Now we do have Sipahi. The elite Aroma Warriors are trying to stop them. Javeliners will do bone sandwich versus them. Falconet's starting to get overran. One Falconet remain. No, this one is still alive. Does get one more shot off before going on down. This Falconet's about to go down as well. Does get a shot up there. Does go down now. Sipahi getting ripped apart. And he does have still a number of javelin thrower Gaciendas here, which are musketeer variant. The Ethiopian player has a good rounded composition. Now he's going for some more shipment of obelisk guns and a shipment of wood. Apparently his villagers are largely collecting wood from trees. Obelisk guns has been deployed on out. More AZAPs, they will be used versus the cavalry. Is there some nope, still some dervishes still remaining. And since they're classified as native, they don't take up any population space. Another shipment of wood, now going for a shipment of coin. I was gonna say maybe go for the Falconets, but there's a large number of cavalry here, so maybe not. Additional towns that are not being deployed out by the Ethiopians. There's already additional towns that are over here. Looks like both of them being deployed out by carts. Not sure what he used to deploy out wagons of town centers. Not super familiar with all the differences in Ethiopians. Now you soon have 3 villager queues, which will make him skyrocket villagers. Right now the Ottoman player has 31 villagers. The Ethiopians only have 23. He sort of neglected villager production in order so he can get more military units since of the earlier aggression. But now he should quickly rectify that. The Ottoman player has a large amount of gold now stored up, going for more obelisk guns and AZAPs. And now Blue is eyeing for a second town center himself. More elite Oromo warriors. And his opponent is eyeing for some culverins. His opponent only has 1 falconet. AZAP's not pushed away forward. He may want to wait for the culverin to get deployed on the field. And Red will spot this. His explorer will go down. He should have a decent amount of force here. AZAP's getting hit. Obelisk guns getting overran by the javelin riders. And overall Red's back line just constantly firing away, getting some good damage from these forces. Now I'll be pursuing them. AZAP's engaged in melee against the cavalry. Obelisk guns trying to be microed away, but looks like Red is going to overrun him. Now we got 30 villagers versus 34. He's going to not queue up any more villagers at the moment. There's a good amount of wood. Maybe a little bit too much wood at the moment. We got more AZAPs and obelisk guns being put on the field, but the AZAPs will likely get to put on the field, but additional ones will not. And he does have a culverin here. Has a small defense force here, nothing too significant. Going for more obelisk guns now. Does get a shipment of falconets. Now we got veteran AZAP research. More obelisk guns. Now we've got the militia now being deployed in the field. The militia will actually deployed over here. Trying to bring them over. Needs to pull out this militia at the last moment so it gets access to them. Push way forward. Mostly obelisk guns. Handful of AZAPs. Falconets find a good volley there. Now I do have the Shotel Warriors now engaging, and he will be completely countered by the Shotel Warriors. Falconet does go down. Shotel Warriors now eyeing to overrun the obelisk guns. Shotel Warriors have gone down. More of the militia now being deployed to the field. More reinforcing units, and Red's going to be eyeing the fallback. And the Ethiopian player is eyeing for a good number of fishing boats. He's eyeing just to get out more civilians. He's going to have great food income shortly. Probably best not go past 8 fishing boats in each of the ponds. That will allow him to get up all the whales later on. War camp now deployed on out here. Now he has a shipment available. He could try to go for the Jesuits or maybe for a Safari. This will also give him a handful of cost reductions to other resources. He is going for Safari now. And now we do have the Endurance School, increasing the hit points and damage to all Janissaries, AZAPs, and Fusiliers. Trading post has gone down, but maybe eyeing to reclaim it for himself relatively soon, but needs a bit more wood for it. Our shipment has now arrived. Got a force of 23 here. Nothing back there. Versus a force of 35, so it looks like the Ethiopian player is outnumbered. We are seeing now the veteran obelisk gun research. I thought we would have seen that a long time ago. Culverin now take some pot shots, I think, on this house. Or is that is a watchtower, not a house. And also now got a shipment of Janissaries or deployment of Janissaries now being pulled out. More of the javelin throwers. The Gassiana. Still don't know how to pronounce those names. Let's get his raws for deploying field. He has currently a force of 35 here versus a force of 44, so he's still outnumbered. This time he has a bit more Shotel Warriors, but he is going to fight a handful of Janissaries. You know some of his force are these one health militia. Bashi Bozork, or however you pronounce it. Culverin does take a bit of time to siege that down. Now we got another wave of Gaussianas, another pair of Falconets. Population 140, his bonus at 150. Now he's going for a handful of fishing boats himself. And now do see a galleon now be put on field. The galleon will help him take out the fishing boats of his opponent. Falcon has pushed way forward. They may be on to snipe the Culverin. I'm not sure what that one Falconet's doing. Does take a shot at the Culverin. Does get a good hit. Receives a massive return. It will take 3 shots. And the Culverin does go down to the Obelisk guns. Other units starting to make their way forward. Cavalry, Shotel Warriors now engaging the front line. Handful of Janissaries to get bonus damage there in melee. Other Falconet does go down to the Culverin. One Culverin's gone down. This other one is almost down as well. Being hit by the Explorer that does go down. Now he is out of mostly out of Janissaries, so more the Shotel Warriors can get some good damage in this mix. And the rest of these units are just getting some good damage in return. Got a little bit of focus fire there from the Ottoman player, which actually may result in a large amount of overkill. Right, it seems like not getting a whole lot of overkill, occasional overkill. More reinforcements now being poured out, more than the fire advancing on forward. And there goes the Explorer. More Shotel Warriors now being poured on the field. Oh, apparently they do bonus damage versus light infantry as well. So in other words, they will... Oh, pretty good attack speed. So they will do bonus damage to the veteran AZAPs. Obelisk guns are not classified light nor heavy. Oh no, they are classified as light. So Shotel Warriors will do even more damage than I realized. I was mostly focused on the damage resist rather than bonus damage. I didn't realize Shotel Warriors had bonus damage versus light infantry. Coyote Runners don't have that. But I think Coyote Runners' base damage is much higher, but a little bit slower.
Selam.
But the fishing boats have been garrisoned inside this building. We do see more Ottoman fishing boats now. No military ships here for red. So he's now going for some battle canoes. Livestock mark is maxed on out. He does have one fat cow. Deletes whatever that was, and now putting Mountain Monastery over here, which does give him a fresh 900 coin to collect from. So he just spent 150 wood to get 900 coin. Not a bad conversion rate. And now we do have Age 4 now available for the Ethiopians. The Ottoman player is far away from aging up. We do have the Indians not being pulled out and out. Going for standing army as well. We do now have a galley here. Looks like it's a caravel variant. I really don't know my ships all too well, honestly. Now I do have some battle canoes here. Battle canoe have 14 damage, 5 attack, 18 range, and a good attack speed. And also training units. Versus this galley has 100 damage. Don't know if pretty sure it'd be the range attack, right? Not the broadside attack. Yeah, the broadside attack should be the castable ability. Gains a good damage here. It does do 100 damage each. It does do siege damage, not range damage, so the fishing boats don't take any damage to this. All these fishing canoes are starting to go on down. And now here comes the battle canoe. Looks like it's starting to engage each other. Looks like the galley will win out. He is trying to get away now. Galleon now push way forward, find more hits there on these fishing boats. He's currently collecting up those fishies. You now do have the two battle canoes now engaging the galleon. The galleon should be overwhelmed by the battle canoes. Don't think there's a fire strike coming out of this. Right now he's at 69 villagers versus opponent's 83. Both sides are taking a beating over here. It looks like the battle canoe does go down. And now he's going to focus down these fishing boats. Culverins do get some good hits there onto the battle canoe. The battle canoe, or the culverins do times 10 damage versus ships and does get sunked. That is a very good number of falconets. And now these fishing boats are going inside the dock. The dock is defending his ships. And over here, Red's advancing forward. Falconets will get some great damage here. Good volley there. One culverin does go down. The cavalry distracts the culverin and does take them out. Blue does cast in GG, not liking the ground army there. His ground army is split on up, getting disintegrated by the falconets. And that is the end of the replay. This end grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on the south side as the Blue Hasua with Kinda Cat. On the north side as the British forces, we have Wooly Stephen 7. However you pronounce it. When it comes to native maps, there are two native settlements. Both are probably going to be the Manchupi settlement, which gives you access to the Manchupi Ironwood Clubmen, which sounds like a halberdier variant, and Manchupi Bolos Riders, a ranged cavalry who hurl throws on bolos to slow down enemies and inflict AoE damage. You have access to the sophisticated Manchupi legal system, strengthens your social structures, lowers the cost of your coin of your units by 10%, not bad. And guerrilla techniques make your infantry even more deadly versus buildings, so hand infantry gets plus 50% siege attack. And formal European recognition, the Manchupi nation provides 100 coin to crates every 2 minutes up to 30 minutes. The cost of that upgrade is 400 influence. And which on the other side it would be 225, 225. The Super player has not selected a deck. British player has not selected a deck. When it comes to name the explorers, we've got Emina, probably just referencing the campaign mission, and a foreign name. L2. Not sure what L2 is, but we've got villagers, pioneers, villagers, wood coin, longbowmen, musketeers, Scots guards, team grenadier guards, cavalry hit points, spice trade, villagers, coin, longbowmen, yeomen, more musketeers, Coldstream guards, hussars, cavalry combat, falconets, higher Hessian Jaegers, rockets, factory, and factory. Versus Villagers Hasua Kingdom, Paluki Code, Wood Coin, 7 Polani Archers, Photo Tactics, Cassian Fortifications, allows levies to garrison inside of watchtowers. Yes, and garrison watchtower improves its damage by 10%. Pass of Amina, Irats, Price Trade, Wood Coin, Javelin Riders, Lifted Knights, Sahelian Kingdoms, Seer Skewers, Javelin Riders, Futa Diagon, Futo Toro, Wandu, Lifted Knights, Ororova, better see, well, I butchered that really bad, Irats, and higher Escaris. The British is going for the governor, and the Hasua right now are eyeing. Oh, cancels it. Now are eyeing the Hasua. Right now the Hasua has 15 villagers, opponent has 17. He has put out 3 manors there. We do have a good number of villagers on wood at the moment. In fact, he's completely skipped all food income because he doesn't need them. Because he can't train villagers at the moment. And once he does, he has enough for 1. So now he's deciding to boom up with some extra manors to get out some extra villagers. Here's a llama. Nothing but drama, that llama.
Ready.
Or does see some hits there. There's 2 villagers on food at the moment, and now eyeing for a shipment of wood. In fact, you probably could get more villagers onto food. There we go. Got 4 more villagers onto wood or food. Yes. Now we do have the outpost wagon pushed way forward. Thank you for the. I think that was the YouTube description. Oh, welcome to the channel. Barracks has been built.
Yes.
Red is not happy that his opponent's building a trade post right there.
Yes.
We also see some outpost fire there. Down south, we do have a Hasua builder who and a trade builder here, and a university builder. He may went for the Hasua Kingdom right there, and he is going for a trade post here. 1 free trade post. Now, do you see this other trade post being targeted there? Maybe from the trade builder. Yes, it is. Now, do we have these university now on field, providing a handful of influence? Now, do have a castle now being pulled out by the explorer or the Raz, or is Emir right, or the Hasua? He is going for some coin. Pikemen has been pulling field, as was a handful of longbowmen as well. The pikemen do have good siege damage, while the longbowmen do not have good siege damage. So the south trading post should go down in no time. And now we got more pikemen being put on the field. Large number of pikemen, which means this opponent could eye for some sort of anti-heavy unit. Now we got the Hasur now eyeing for the Akin, which should give them Akin Noble, which are a musketeer variant. Now going for some riders or raiders, in which they would not be good versus these pikemen, but they will be useful versus the what's it called? Versus villagers, at least mobile enough to hit them. Another trading post will be going down. Raiders have not been pulled on out. You'll spot a whole bunch of villagers collecting up resources. How damning. More raiders. There's a sizable army on the front, and it does pose a threat to his structures. The universe or the castle won't really do all too much versus this force. Now red is eyeing to push on forward. Explorer does see some damage there. Explorer does go down. The Emir will be deployed on out, redeployed relatively soon. Raiders are moving their way back. He needs something big. He does have a shipment available. I don't think either of those units would be too useful. He's going to shipment of gold. He does have some elite Akin nobles, which are a good musketeer variant with an AoE attack. Castle does find some shots there. Still not enough of a military force on the field, in my opinion. Fighting around the castle. The castle's getting some good shots there. Oh, yeah. They're also a zero pop unit because they're technically a native unit. You can only build up to 12. So it'll be a good supplement to your force. They do cost 100 influence each, which is not bad. 100 influence is probably a pretty good unit. Another shipment is available. Salian kingdoms will improve those Akin nobles. Now it's going over our number of Lithid knights. Push way forward. There's a good number of raiders here, but they're only going to be useful versus the longbowmen. The musketeers, of course, have a good anti-cav melee attack, as well as the pikemen being a designated anti-cavalry melee unit. Red is not being aggressive. Well, it could be a bit more aggressive. The British player is also not eyeing to age up anytime soon. Now going for some hussars. He's going to start to push way forward. Not looking good. Does whittle him down a little bit. The pikemen advance forward too far. They will get some free shots like that. Got a bit of AoE damage to go along with it. Alright, now it's playing Ring Around the Rosie. Skiing inside the town center. One villager does get gunned down. Got more longbow hussars not being deployed on out. And they got an age 4 here. Going for Royal Banquet. And which does, I think, just ate all those cows. Which is now going for Timbuktu manuscripts. Lithid Knights now pulled on the field. Lithid Knights are a Hussar variant with a bit more of a hybrid resist capability. Akin Nobles fighting some good shots there. Hussar's not be good for them. The villager's now coming on out, trying to collect all this influence. He's trying to go for something in the last line. Does have one shipment available. He may be eyeing for the Ascaris if he's trying to get the influence right now. Standing up fighting. More Hussars not being pulled on the field. For the Ascaris, he does need 1,000 influence, which he just has. Maybe look at the town village inside the town center, and I think Blue backed out of the game. Not really sure what he was thinking. By the way, this is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the north side as the Blue Sioux, we have Pray Before Play. Spawn south side as the Red Sioux, we have Vindian. Let's see now, I see some natives on the map. We got the native Habsburgs. They must have some funny faces. They do have mounted infantry, which I always find it weird. They are a skirmish unit, but when they're on cavalry, they are heavy range cavalry. A very unique type. When they dismount, they are not a musketeer variant, but a skirmisher variant. So why do they have the heavy range cavalry typing? I do not know. And line infantry, a musketeer. And for the other one, we do have the House of Yegalon. We do have access to the Lipkar Tatars and the Shock Rider. And something remember as well, balance of power, equalize your resources could be useful if you really focus on one resource. You can equalize it and turn to other resources. How does influence affect influence? Does it equalize to go along with influence? Does it withdraw influence? It probably won't affect export. If it does affect export, that could be a good way to increase your export. Oh no. Does anybody know if it affects influence and or export? I assume not influence, but I really don't know about I'm assuming not export, but I do have no idea about influence. It could, or it couldn't. You have a shipment available for the Sioux. And now bringing some villagers. Oge Tanka Un makes a War Chief deadly in combat. His aura now also improves the unit siege damage. So, not bad. Courier. You notice as well, some other reason I have never seen another game where this actually granted sources into directly your stockpile. I don't know how that happened. It was a Spanish player. Food, wood, coin, Sutton Bowman, Axe Riders, Lehman Trade Muskets. Turn your Axe Riders into Rifle Riders, and Rifle Riders, in my opinion, maybe a little bit overpowered. Cavalry damage, Great Hunter, Bison, more Villagers Wood, Wakanda Rifles, Cavalry Combat, Rifle Riders, Tokala Dog Soldiers, Earth Bounty, Santi Support, Yankton Support, North American Trade, 7 Council Fire. How do you pronounce that name? Akitshia and Dakota Support. And for the Husua, who is going for the Husua. We've got the Chief here, which I believe increases War Chief health and damage. We got infinite for semi-fattened cattle, also giving access to 1 cattle. The semi-fattened cattle, it has 100 additional food, while the extra cattle does not. Okoa Code, Wood Coin, Influence, Lonnie Archers, Raiders, Zazu Cavalry, ships 1 Living Knight per palace and 1 Raider per war camp. And we've got University of Timbuktu. Palace of Mina Gassian gives you access to Aken nobles, enables them, and makes them basically non-native. Berber allies, they're Berbers. ships Berber nomad villager for each trading post and town center you control. Ukuwana, however you pronounce that, ships villagers on Gira. It's wood or gold influence. Live in Knights. Emir of Kano gives you another hero. Ajadi Emirate. Sahalian Kingdoms. Masina Madrasas, which are like, I think that's another name for university. That's also a name I butcher in Age of Empires 4. Berber allies, focus influence, Rubar Parade, and Roar Fortifications. Got Axe Riders and some Raiders not being pulled on out. Relatively equal. Big Raiders are, of course, a lighter cavalry unit. Axe Riders, I think, are a bit more of a standard one. To see 35 damage, so actually punches a little bit harder than Hussars, a little less health than Hussars, and actually do less damage versus Dragoons. And these Raiders do a lot less damage, a lot less health. They're definitely half of Hussar. Axe Riders push way forward. Gotta be a bit careful. He does save this War Chief from going down. These guys are influenced by the War Chief aura. He may just want to keep the War Chief nearby, but not engaging. The Axe Riders simply here not in enough numbers, so he will lose a couple of his Axe Riders now. Shipment of wood here. The War Chief does go down. That is a good number of riders. He needs to get out something. Cavalry archers, the bull riders, I think they're called, would be good items. These guys are heavy cap. Some of these villagers getting hit. He does take out one of those units now. And the last Axe Rider does go down. Does get a shipment of bull riders or deployment of bull riders in the uploaded field. They do bone sandwiches, heavy cav, and they do also have good base sandwiches as well, so they can put holes in these lighter raiders, no problem. They do have some Fulani archers. Fulani archers would be a good item to counter them, but they're right now in low numbers. We will pick off 2 of them. More Fulani archers now put in the field. He will need to get out more Axe Riders to support his bow riders. He's going for more bow riders now. Now it's time for a war hut here. The war hut's getting torched down and will get torched down. And now you even got some Javelin Riders as well, which will be a counter to the Axe Riders that he may deploy on out. He's trying to go over shipment of Seton Bowmen, which are not going to be that useful. Asa Mina has been pulling out on the field. He's now going for another war hut. But he has really no resources at the moment. I go for 2 war huts to waterways against his opponent, but right now it will take a bit of time to pull on out. He's starting to torch down the corral. It does have a shipment of these bowmen on one field, which will do less damage versus the cavalry. But they will be at least decent versus the Fulani archers. Bow riders trying to hit the Fulani archers now. A couple of them do go down. Trying to hit now the riders now. He does get the war camp there. He needs to get these villagers inside the war camp immediately. Some of these villagers still going down. Riders are slowly being cleaned on up. A couple of Fulani archers now pushing way forward. And right now the Sioux are down to 18 villagers, 6 of which are idols. One has 18 as well. And so which he's just been spending all of his extra food on military units, not on villagers. We have some Berber camel riders not being plotted field, which I believe are a Sawar variant. where they do bonus damage versus infantry, or less damage versus heavy infantry. Hunting doggos have been employed on the field, or village doggos. Now eyeing for snares. More Fulani archers not being employed on the field. Shipment of food being brought on in. Let's see, Berber camel riders. Actually, no, I was completely wrong. They do bonus damage versus cavalry, limit bonus damage versus shock. Is it hand shock or just shock? Yeah, just shock in general. They do bonus damage versus artillery and less damage versus light infantry and villagers. Oh, this one's not playing on any. Well, it does have a handful of bowmen, but they're here in low numbers. Shouldn't make too big a difference. More bow riders being employed on out. Berber cavalry riders will do bonus damage versus the cavalry, so going for axe riders at this point in time will not be ideal. Right, that's a decent amount of archers now. Now we got the Gasina, ship number nobles, musketeers, heavy musketeers, enables them to be trained at war camps where they cost food, population, coin, makes it into a standard unit rather than to a native unit. Do they still retain the native tag? Yes, they do, so there's some benefits improved native units, which could be useful. And yep, they do have a food cost, not a food cost. They don't have a wood cost there, though I thought I saw one of those indications there that says requires wood. Ooh, good cheese, 80 food. Got a very sizable army here of 41 military units. His opponent has an army 23. He does have the war chief alive, not all the way healed up, however. And down south, we do have a converted unit getting killed off right there. And now that Marauding Musketeer does go down, he can go ahead and look through those stones to find 50 coin. Right now, Husua does have a decent amount of resources stockpiled up. The Husua has even more. He's trying to age up. We do have the Equalize ability here he can utilize. He does also have access to both natives. Or is going for both natives, I should say. Right now, he does have access to the Lipkar Tatars and the Shock Riders. Blue's trying to advance him forward. It may not go too well. We got some Girots tooting their horns as well. And now the Husua can age up. They're going for the Moroccans. And the Sioux are not on the age up. They do have a good amount of gold stored up at the moment. Needs a lot more food. War camp going on up. A little bit past the moment. It's probably going to come down to one final engagement. But it feels like the Sulu's in a good position. We do have an army of 38 here versus an army of 46, and so you have an age advantage, which could get some veteran upgrades. Now we do have the Great Hunter. Okay, that gives you resources as well as more food collection. Useful. Though the amount of okay, he doesn't have any axe. Only have a handful of axe riders, so it's going for the demon trade muskets. Not that great at the moment. Bison does go down there. Blue's now starting to advance in 4. Has an army of 45 here versus an army of 56. Next age now available. He doesn't get. Just got out a Mosk wagon there. And right now he's not properly reorganizing, engaging. He will lose a couple villagers. But if he kills his army decisively, he'll be fine. Got some horns being tooted. Got javelin riders now pushed way forward. Flying archers gains good damage there. His axe riders do go down. The flying archers do get some great damage there on the bow riders. War chief goes down as well. Looks like Blue's army is just disintegrating. Axe riders now pulling a field, getting some good hits there onto the Fulani archers. Another shipment has been brought on in. Axe riders getting hit. Giras now push way forward, tooting their horns. It looks like Blue's army has been cleaned on up. We got an army of 34 here, and Blue does cast in GG. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me one moment. I am back. Sorry about that. Not story mode. Oh, and of course my mouse is a little bit broken. Double click. Greetings everyone, and Great here from another Age of Empires 3 replay. Well, on the top right side is the blue US of A, we have J-Boy. On bottom left side is the red Ethiopians, we have Kinda Cat. We don't appear to have any deck selected yet for the US player, nor for the Ethiopians. When it comes to natives on the map, we do have the Somali, which does give access to the Somali Drado Militia, specialized at counting artillery and shifts. Not sure what that exactly means. Is it Arrow Knight variant? Looks like they're carrying a gun. Not sure. And over here, so those are just Somalis. Let's take a better look at the other capabilities. We do have the of course we have access to the Somali Isa Warrior, which is a javelin troop in Eskari, a mercenary unit, which you do need to get a little bit of research there. Greater odds improve income, fishing villagers and fishing boats will gather a coin faster, not bad. For archers and infantry armed with rifles attack faster in melee, so your units can fight better in melee, defend themselves. increase build fortification for frontiers. All infantry get additional armor against range attack. Not bad. 5% is a little bit small though. And Somali lighthouse docks, outposts, and trading posts have increased line of sight greatly. And we do have a deck selected for the Ethiopians, gone for Trinity. How about establish ironmongers? A little bit uncommon one. Wood, Prize Bull, Haciendas, Higher Band of Canary Mercenaries, Liberia Rock Church, which does give you 1 Mountain Monastery and 1 Abbin. Lines within Mountain Monasteries last longer. This would influence. Gives you 200 tokens influence within all your future shipments starting with this one. That's actually pretty good. That's basically Spanish gold, but for influence and age earlier. Palace castles, Abbins, Paul's Gaudy gold. Doesn't say the improve the collection rate, just says improve all gold collection, but it doesn't say percentages. Semi-fattened cow and 1 livestock builder. Sebastopol mortar. Higher cannoneers. Higher Senar horsemen. 5 Abbins. Ishua reforms. Sudanese allies. British firearms. 22 Somali allies. Give you the same militiamen that's available here as Kasaris, which are the same mercenary that's available here. Inglatian spirituality, improve hit points of all units, as well give them some health regen. Native treaties. And Italian firearms gives you 3 little bombards. And also increase the AoE effect of artillery for all artillery, and give you, excluding culverins. He's not going for the Somalis. The US is going for Pennsylvania. We do have capitalism, Dutch immigrants, rum, the soy. This looks like a inner. It looks like he's going for some sort of saloon deck? Maybe? Regulars, long rifle, Springfield Armory, Hamilton Economics, Virginia State Assembly, cigar roller, U.S. Army, Continental Rangers, the U.S. Marines, Buffalo Soldiers, Rolling Artillery, Fort, Refrigeration, Textile Mill, Missouri River Expeditions, gives you 1 covered wagon, enables your general to use a hot air balloon, Coffee Mill Guns, enables Gatling guns no longer need to reload and fire, Fortifications make your force cost 50% less, and as well as increase build limit by 2, and Minutemen Company, so some sort of militiamen deck.
Ja.
Or Minutemen deck, I should say.
Klar.
Tank wagon now deployed on the field. You, of course, have the Mountain Monastery builders now pushing way forward, as with the native embassy. So this is a native deck for the Ethiopian. Yep, auto building that one. This one's now fully built. He's currently going for the militia. They can get up to 20. I am curious what their stats are exactly, so let's keep an eye on them. Mountain Monastery all the way up here, getting a nice collection rate, as well as an Abbin collecting for him. Going for a mix of cooling and influence. Now we do have the Liberia Rock Church. It also says it improves the auto collection rate for Mountain Monasteries by times 10 for gold and influence. So right now, that's set up to 50. Oh, Placard Mines actually affected the auto gathering rate. Right now it's running 5-4-5-4. So I'm a bit curious about that. I just saw a cow being deployed now. And here's the militia. They do have good range resist and siege resist. Their attack is pretty long range for a skirmish. It's a skirmisher without being a skirmisher, isn't it? It is light infantry. It does do bonus damage for artillery and ships. Does less damage versus heavy infantry, but doesn't do any bonus damage versus heavy infantry. I'm a little bit on the cautious side on that, honestly. And yep, only improve the collection rate only by a small amount for that auto collection rate. He's trying to take out some of these crocodiles. I'm a bit curious as well, is there any other monster not being collected from? Yes there is. Okay, that's just my curiosity. Let's get the crocodiles here, give them some extra experience. The true origin of the universe. State capital deployed on the field. Got another castle on the field, and now do have Indiana. Indiana? Oops. Sorry, I hit my microphone pretty hard that time. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania does give access to Philadelphia Convention. Give you one ship meeting house, which is a church, and improves your meeting house with unique federal state improvements to research. And Tasmania Festival ships one native embassy Travis and allies you with the Cree at your native embassy with some of their upgrades and units are available. It does give you access to the French villager variant. And Indiana is a little bit unique. Let's first look at Indiana mobilization. Gives you a shipment of carbon calorie for each shipment you already sent this far this game. All technologies, units, technologies, and age ups research are trained slightly faster. And Indiana Mammoth Improvement Act arrives fast. Advanced next age is much cheaper, but takes significantly longer. Aging up to industrial age is free, but increases the research time by 350%. So, if you go for a second town center, or just immediately go for it, you will have a free age up. We're doing it with the covered wagon up on the field, which he's probably going to go for the... Oh, he's not going for that shipment right now. He's going for the fort. And also, he has not been deployed to Minutemen. Has gone for shipment of his regulars there just for defensive reasons, but has not been stocking up on Minutemen. We got a good number of militia deployed on out. Looks like he's going to eye to age up relatively soon as well to age 3. He can now age up. And now he's eyeing for the Sudanese and going for the Kaba Nagast, whatever that is. I am not impressed by these militia. The 20 range is good, but 11 attack with no real bonus damage? Not really that great in my opinion. So now the fort going on up here. And now do have the Indiana Mammoth Improvement Act. You can now get his next age for free. It will take a sniff amount of time, and it's going for California.
Yes.
Fort's now deployed on out. Only has 3 councils of field, so you will have 3 villager queues. You may want to deselect the one that's trying to age up and use the other 2 to build up villagers, though he needs a lot more food at the moment. He only has 2 villagers on food? Siege attack on these guys are average, nothing too significant. They are currently elite, and now he's going. Okay, still going for California. Howdy. More settlers now being employed in the field. Over here, we do have the USR reform. Gets villagers improved gathering rate from all improvements gathering rate. Oh, 15% for all resources. That's pretty good. I do also have a handful of the Isa warriors and well some dervish. The fort will be a good way to stop all those forces if they advance. Going for some cows. Cows are awesome. We've got a good number of Gatling guns point of view for them. And Gal can bring another shipment. Villagers take some hits here. The Gatling guns, as well as the fort, will be a good hard point. One villager does get gunned down. He currently has 16, 25 villagers. Opponent has the same number as well. Trying to fall back away the fort, taking some damage from it. Another shipment is available. You know, I'm sort of surprised we don't see the Jesuits' influence sooner rather than later, because he could have got a large amount of free influence from that. Sebastopol mortar now being pulled on out. Four Gatling guns is probably adequate to engage all these infantry forces. But wait, no. These guys are anti-artillery. It looks like they got 23 range. Gatling guns do have, what was it, 26 range?
Yeah.
So they will get outrange, but they do have siege resist, so these guys are actually decent versus the Gatling guns. Probably not great, but decent. Now he's going to age 4. He's going for the Indians. Californians, of course, will take a significant amount of time. Got quite a bit of gold stored up. He doesn't have any mercenaries over here. He has used the Minutemen, in which right now they're veteran Marines, so he has gotten the Marine research. The long rifles can improve their range, and he can also get a conscription here when he ages up.
Ready to fire.
So just taking some damage there. These guys do have incredibly good range of 23, so he may need to go for long rifles there to upgrade his Marines.
What is your command?
Right now Marines have 12 range, long rifles will improve them up to 16 range. Also, the Ethiopian player will age up before his opponent. No, the US player does get it for free. Now going for Somali Oxrike Hide Shields. Is that one of these research there? Yeah, it's one of these ones. You can now bring in... it doesn't really need that, honestly. The Scaries wouldn't be half bad. No, maybe the little bombard. Same. No, he needs a lot more influence for that, though he's getting a good amount of influence, right? Little bombards don't seem half bad to me. Getting out 3 of them could help him siege down the fort. Yeah, he's going for the native treaties to give him. This will give him 1 or 2 shipments of the Somalis. If that'll give them 2, that could be quite useful. I wonder what they will give them. Guess we're going to have to find out. I'm not sure which one has its military queue. Maybe this structure here. Yep, I think so. And not any of the mercenaries. He has a force of 80 on the field with only having 49 population. Gotta love natives. You can get up to 30 out of 30 of the grottos. Or however you butcher that name. We got a good number of Gatling guns here, which his opponent, I really enough, has a counter to it. And with the age up, I think Minutemen companies will probably be the best thing he can get at the moment. Though coffee mill guns wouldn't be half bad. He's not flat out rolling artillery yet. Won't be just one a big explosive conflict, isn't it? More Gatling guns being queued on up. And there we go. Has the cover wagon available. Going for another town center. And going for California Gold Rush. Gives you 1 gold prospective wagon, so 5,000 gold. And town center is now automatically produce villages for free. Useful, that's for sure, especially seeing he has a good number of town centers, so that can give him 4 free villages production. He's up on his food collection, or not necessarily collection, but consumption, I should say. And he may want to go for some wagons. I'm still also more, might be a good idea to go for Minutemen companies to get conscription out, because before you get out your next shipment of Marines. How much many, conscription gives you how many units? It's like actually a significant amount. I always forget the exact number, I just know it's just a lot. Mass Gatling guns. I don't think these could be. Let's see, times 3, 17. Will do decent damage for Gatling guns, that's for sure. But with this many Gatling guns, that may not be enough. They do also have 75% range resist. I have no idea how this fight's going to go. In theory, these guys are supposed to be countered, but I don't know if they can counter that many. For the 24 range, so they do match the range of Gatling guns. He's pushing forward in 3 separate groups. Mass Gatling gun. He's going for the Minutemen companies. Now he has more Guard Marines. Guard Marines, as well as Minutemen, do get upgraded automatically to Industrial Age. Now he may want to go for coffee mill guns. He almost has another shipment available.
Ready to orders?
Red Sea trade has been completed. And the US players at max up pop. He needs to start being aggressive. He's not going for heavy Gatling guns, which makes sense, but he needs to be aggressive. The longer it waits, the more time his opponent has time to build up. And the thing as well, he may have 90 military units on the field, but his population is still at 112. And he does have some elephants, some modern mallards from the Indians. So he's bringing in a really heavy cav, which Gatling guns will do less damage to. Marines don't do bonus damage versus cavalry. They're not musketeers. They're a militia variant. More elephants being put on the field. And right now, the longer the game goes on, the Ethiopian player can just simply overwhelm his opponent with numbers. Right now, he doesn't have any of these villagers producing. Sure. I'm not sure what that's about. As the longer the game goes on, the better the Ethiopian is at and positions at. The US player does have a good amount of reserve resources, but he simply does not have enough barracks here. Or anything like that to rapidly re-max out. He needs probably to get out another pair of barracks. Maybe save a little bit more resources out to get some forts. Does bring in some veteran carbine cavalry. Springfield Armory. Looks like Red's now on advance. Only has one Sebastopol mortar. These church researches. He does not appear to have our artillery. Oh, no, he does have arsenal here. Best queue up all the research. Happy first going for counter infantry rifling, stock bayonet, flintlock, or paper cartridges, military drummer, socket bayonet.
What are my targets?
And I'm thinking the Ethiopian player will win this. Gatling guns are starting to fire. Not all the Gatling guns are currently set on up. They start firing there. Elephants are very resilient to Gatling gun fire. Sebastopol mortar push forward. May want to either counter barrage the Gatling guns. Got exalted elephant research there, improving the health even more. More conscription just got deployed on field, which has given a round of like 20, just a good number of them. Elephants overrunning the Gatling guns. And the elephants do eat a lot of bullets. Italian arm firearms shipment there, so just got 3 little bombards, and the US Army is now destroyed. And he has no method of remaxing quickly. And now that's going to be game. He had no counter to the elephants. There's the little bombards. They're not so little. And the US player does back the game now. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So that's probably going to be my last replay tonight, so everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest. Enjoy.